ability.
Douglas with a runner. This one's knocked away. Behind the back pass from Hearns to Douglas. Holy cow. What a time for a behind the back flip.
Christy Curry has called her the sleeper in the class. Not a lot of people knew about her.
Can't call her a sleeper anymore. The tie. That one was partially blocked as Wright got a hand on it. A held ball, and the possession arrow will give it back to Notre Dame.
Shalisha Hearns with a little flip from behind. Kind of, we saw Pete Maravich, great special on Pete Maravich. That's right.
He was famous for that. Riley creating some space, leaning in, kept the ball alive, and Ivy has it. Hands reaching in everywhere, and a basket and a foul. Notre Dame doing some work on the boards.
Moms and pops liking that with Niele Ivy, and really a break for Notre Dame, because I thought Ruth Riley putting the ball on the floor, she could have been called for a charge, but heads up play by Niele Ivy, getting the ball and putting it back up. Muffet McGraw was talking about how she came on her first recruiting trip. She went to a Catholic school in high school and had the nice little uniform skirt on, and very nice. And then when she went for an unofficial visit, she had the baseball cap on, and she was cheering, and the jeans. And
Douglas, devastating range on the three-point shot. Katie Douglas with 15. Some great stories in this Final Four, and Katie Douglas may be the best. All the personal tragedy she has endured. Candy Crawford picks up the foul. That's her third. In the space of 3 years, here's her sister Kim. She lost her mother and her father to cancer and a teammate to a drunk driver. We'll tell you more about it in just a moment.
Today, what would you bring? The E-Class, perhaps the most desirable car in the world.
When you've helped generations of investors chart their long-term success, you gain a certain perspective. That perspective is reflected in Franklin Templeton's range of growth funds. There's one to fit your needs, however they may be growing. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain perspective.
If you're driving in rain, it's important to know if your car has anti-lock brakes.
Where to, ladies?
Oh, I don't know. Where do you feel like eating?
Ooh, how about that new place on Main?
If you don't have anti-lock brakes and begin to skid, release the brake pedal. Gently reapply pressure and steer in the direction you want the car to go. As your tires regain their grip, you'll regain control. For more foul weather driving tips, get this free book from Shell. Count on Shell.
Par, birdie. Whoa, par. Must be a Golf Magazine subscriber. Call now for your free trial issue and learn how to shave 3, 4, or 5 strokes off your game. Add 20 yards to your tee shots, improve your short game, shoot lower, and play the best golf of your life. Call now for your free trial issue of Golf Magazine. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all for just $15.94. Plus, get this terrific Golf Magazine gear bag free with your paid subscription. Call the toll-free number on your screen now.
Welcome back to St. Louis. That's Kim Rastrelli, Katie Douglas's sister, and she and Katie have been through so much. The tragic loss of their parents, Ken and Karen, one to pancreatic cancer, one to breast cancer, in the space of 3 years, and you just wonder how many of us would be able to deal with that kind of a tragedy, let alone as a normal college student, but then someone who's also an All-American on the basketball court. It's really a remarkable story, and you throw in the loss of Tiffany Douglas, their teammate, killed by a drunk driver, and how do you overcome all that and still achieve what she did?
Well, and it's been about family, and she has told us that, you know, with her parents gone, she wanted to drop out of school, so they said, no, you stay in school And the grade point average was so important in graduating. And I had a chance to talk to Kelly yesterday, and she said, I was a softball player. And I said, what position? Oh, should I guess? Well, she's left-handed. They called her stretch at first base.
Turnaround jump shot from Cooper. And Purdue regains the lead at 39-37. 15-22 to go to a national championship.
And she said in playing softball, she broke her arm twice. And she remembers going to the hospital and her dad holding her hand where they had to pop it back in place. She said, I'm not sliding into second base anymore. I'm going to play basketball.
Cooper's going to be called for a reach-in foul. If they call Camille Cooper, that's going to be 4 on her. Check in with Michelle.
Well, Mike, in that last timeout, Christy Curry was as intense as she has been. She looked at her team and said, you've taken 6 outside shots this half. That's not being the aggressor. Your effort has got to exceed theirs. And from this second on, you have got to listen to me. And that's where her voice trembled.
Well, I can understand that because they did so well inside in the first half. Riley called for travel. McGraw wanted a foul on the play, but won't get it.
Well, what they did, they got caught up in those three-point shots in the first half, but it was all within the offense. It was about going to the basket, getting shots inside the lane, and getting offensive rebounds and getting the shots off the missed shots. So you can't get caught up in the outside shot because they've got to take their time, pass the ball around, get into the seams, and they're still playing against that 2-3 zone.
Candy Crawford comes back into the ball game for Cooper. Crawford herself playing with 3 personals. Cooper leaves with 4.
And that's kind of what Ruth Riley did to Chantel Anderson from Vanderbilt. The 6'6" sophomore got her in foul trouble.
Crawford trying to make a move on Riley. Camara from outside hits another big 3. Camara has half a dozen, and after being challenged, Purdue has gone back on top by 5.
That was within the offense. They got some good passing, and a wide-open shot for Camara was not forced.
And now it's Muffet McGraw's turn to answer the challenge. Notre Dame came out so hot at the beginning of the half that you got to hand it to Purdue. When you see the train coming your way and you stand on the tracks anyway, which is exactly what they did, you've got to hand it to them. Tomorrow, Major League Baseball opening day games presented by Home Depot at 1 o'clock on ESPN. The Braves and the Reds. Then at 4, the Cardinals and the Rockies on ESPN 2 at 1. The Royals and the Yankees at 4. We go on the coast. The Padres and the Giants. And at 10 o'clock, the A's and the Mariners. You'll also see other regional action. And I'll be watching that Cardinal ball game. It's nice to drive down Mark McGuire Highway when we're in St. Louis.
That's right.
42-37, an 8-0 run for the Boilermakers to regain the lead. Been a game of streaks so far.
I'm curious to see how the Irish get Alicia Ratai involved in the offense.
Try to get it inside to Riley and can't. Ivy now gets it to it, double-teamed and fouled from behind.
And what Notre Dame can't get caught up in is just standing around and watching Ruth Riley and pass the ball inside. The perimeter players have to move a little bit more, and Ratai's one of the players standing around.
Well, the big problem for Purdue right now, Crawford just picked up her 4th foul. Cooper is already on the bench with 4. Inbounds to Riley. Wheels into the lane. Realized she was double-teamed and kicked it outside. Seaman saw the opening down the lane and put it in.
I said they also saw the opening because Ruth Riley just cleared everybody out.
Bodies everywhere. Seaman treaded lightly down the lane and got the bucket. Camara had a look for a second. Crawford kicks it back out to right. She's a good penetrator. Camara into the lane. Nice dump down the layup in the basket. Beautiful pass inside to Hearns, who now has 9. She draws the foul.
Kelly Camara. Nell Fortner gave her the nickname Z28, and she looks like a Z28 going down the lane and passing it right there.
Camara has never had much use for the point guard spot. She just doesn't like that. It was Ratai picks up her 4th, and Ratai, a key part of that Notre Dame offense, has to sit. She has yet to score in this ball game.
Erica Valek, the freshman at 5'6", tore her ACL coming into the tournament, and that's why Kelly Camara has taken over that point guard position. And she's one of the players that was on the championship team in '99.
Ivy and Haney outside. Haney trying to penetrate. Does into the lane, and Erica Haney has 10. Both teams starting to get a little more aggressive trying to penetrate against those defenses. Parks outside to Douglas. Mary Jo Noon was into the ball game for the second time, and there is Hearns again. Finds a way to score when she gets inside. She has a dozen. The lead's back to 6.
She is so explosive when she gets inside.
Great-looking freshman. Riley, good pass to Seaman. The block from behind. Riley with the follow, and she'll draw the foul on Noon.
What a block by Shalisha Hearns. She felt that in high school she probably didn't try very hard. She surprised herself this year as far as her work ethic. She was honorable mention USA Today Player of the Year in Indiana. But look at this block. Just gets above, and Ruth Riley comes back to get the rebound for the foul shots, but Hearns just up with a nice block.
Riley misses the free throw. She has 18 points. She's hit 6 out of 8 tonight from the line. Just a little bit below her season's average. Missed them both. Seaman offensive rebound. Knocked away from behind. Good play by Douglas. Here comes Kamel.
What a mistake by the Irish on that.
Had an offensive rebound, throw it away, and it leads to a breakout and an 8-point lead for Purdue.
Kelly Douglas will not come up with the stat, but she did it all.
The runner is short. Riley with a rebound. And the foul is going to be on Noon, her second quick one. She's coming off of knee surgery in January. Just came back. Her first game back was in the semifinals. Played a couple of minutes. And Riley will go back to the line.
And Camille Cooper can only sit and wait.
And we may get a steady diet of this. And Riley is going to have to hit free throws down the stretch if Notre Dame is going to have a chance to come back, because she is obviously the person they want to get the ball to and the object of Purdue's defense inside. Riley 1 out of 2 this time. Seaman kept it alive, and Haney tipped it back to her. Notre Dame doing better work on the boards in the second half. Seaman along the baseline to Ivy. Nine points for Niele Ivy.
Those are the kind of plays that the Irish are going to have to continue to do on the offensive end, those hustle plays.
Parks trying to penetrate, fouled before the shot.
Got bailed out.
To be on Joyce. Her first. We've got a timeout with only 11:49 to go in the ball game. Notre Dame trails Purdue 49-44.
The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear.
The Mercedes M-Class has been acclaimed as the vehicle most suited for use in any environment where people live. And one environment where they would desperately want to.
Baller got A+ game. A baller come on court, he gets picked up, and it's game time all day. This is a baller. You're looking at a baller right now. This is a hooper right here. This is somebody that needs help in the game world. He got to show up like the day before, just so he can get on the court. You see his ass sleeping bag right there? Hey, you got your little toothbrush in here. You got the pajamas with the feet in it. You got the pajamas with the feet in it. I see it. Hooper, baller. Look, Nike's Air Max up-tempos. They got full ankle support, and they lightweight. Hey, this is the only place you can get them is that Foot Locker. There was people in Shooters Anonymous. They graduated because of these shoes right here.
Enjoy your stay at Holiday Inn. Elevators are to your right. What you doing there, Mr. Harvey?
This is it. This is the book.
Your book?
Yeah.
Right.
It's called When the Wheels Come Off.
Is it kind of a self-help thing, overcoming your obstacles?
No.
Determining your own destiny, that kind of self-help motivation?
No, it's about a bike. Do you know anybody that can draw?
You have work to do. We have ways to help. Holiday Inn gives you more, and more is better.
With over 400,000 jobs, one will make you happy.
Notre Dame trailing by 5. I'm here with Sister Sheila O'Neill, who is Niele Ivey's principal at Koryezu High School. She says that you are a huge sports fan. Is it tough watching this?
Yes, it's really tough. I know how hard Niele has fought to get here, so we're hoping that she brings it all the way.
What kind of a kid was she in high school?
She was a great kid. She was bright, she worked hard, but she had a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and that's what we love about her.
Did you kind of nudge her towards Notre Dame a little bit?
Absolutely. I think it's a great school, and her visit there, she came back on fire for the school, and I was thrilled.
Okay, and she says that when she saw you in the stand, she knew God was on her side the other night. Let's go back to Mike.
Pam, are you suggesting a nun would nudge someone toward Notre Dame, or what are the odds?
Well, you got to love the nuns, because you go back to the early 70s, Immaculata won 3 championships, and the nuns, they got ruled out where they couldn't bring in the pots and pans. Teresa Brent and Rini Portland were part of that team. And Teresa Brent's coach at St. Joe's, coached Muffet McGraw at St. Joseph's. Teresa went on to Rutgers, Teresa Brent's. Rini Portland stepped in as the St. Joseph's coach. Then Jim Foster stepped in as the coach who's now at Vanderbilt. But Muffet McGraw came back and was an assistant coach for Jim Foster, who is now the godfather of Murphy, her son.
It's all interconnected, isn't it? Shot clock inside. We're down to 9 or 10 on the shot clock. And now a foul.
What does it take?
The big plus in the second half for Notre Dame is they are out rebounding Purdue 11-2, where Purdue had a 12 rebound advantage at halftime. But these freshmen continue to go to the boards for the makers.
Last foul was called on Haney, her second. So Wright goes to the free throw line, where she is a 66.7% shooter. She's the one that stepped into the starting lineup after Vleck's injury. And she got a big assignment in the semifinals. She started defensively on Jackie Stiles. It was one of the big reasons Stiles was held well below her average.
It was by committee with Wright and Douglas, but they did a fabulous job. And Wright just never got tired, it seemed like.
Wright hits the second free throw. Purdue by 4. Full-court pressure. Seaman back to help. Gets it up to Joyce. Joyce and Ivey working in the backcourt now. Seaman outside, setting those screens, and a nice step out by Douglas, but a reach in on Katie Douglas, her first personal.
At shoot-around, Purdue really worked on that step-out, that high pick that Notre Dame sets. Purdue likes to step out and try and stop that dribble. Douglas got called for the foul because she wasn't set. Christy Curry has really come in with a good game plan against this Notre Dame team.
Ivey with a chance to cut into this lead, hits the first free throw. She now has 10 points, and it is a 3-point ball game. These clubs played earlier in the year at Notre Dame, and the Irish won that one 72-61. Seaman again trying to keep it alive and knocks it off a Purdue player. And now the officials, I'm not sure they saw, they want to talk it over. And they're going out to the official that was all the way out at midcourt to see if she can make a call. They can't, so they're going to call it a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Purdue.
Muffet McGraw was not happy with the call at all. All 3 positions out of position to be able to see that. You see Seaman go in the middle.
That was off Purdue.
Yeah.
Off the ankle. It appeared to be of Hearns. Hearns backing in, kicks it into the corner. Douglas. Now back to Hearns. She's quicker than Riley. Offensive rebound. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Joyce. Notre Dame could tie with a 3. Joyce. Way off. Douglas with a rebound. Has Wright ahead of her. Instead goes to Camara. And she kicks it back out. 3, top of the circle, halfway down, and comes all the way back out. Parks thought she had that one. And now a foul on the rebound.
they'll call a foul on Sharika Wright, but I tell you, Mike, Wright is so difficult to block out because she comes from the perimeter, and most perimeter players will not turn and get a body on that outside player when the shot goes up. That's why Wright is one of the best offensive rebounders on this team.
And she's only 5'10". She really skies for it.
Camille Cooper still on the bench with under 10 minutes left to go, waiting for Coach Christy Curry to put her in.
Haney hits the first, and Shanika Parks must be wondering what kind of curse she's under. That thing is in, halfway down, and back out for what would have been a big three. In and out on the second free throw. The lead now 2. And we are under the 10-minute mark in the national championship game. Hearns, tough turnaround jump shot off the glass. Hearns with 14.
Little jump hook going to the right. She's got a lot of moves, and she keeps kicking it back out, and the offense keeps kicking it back out in. It's an inside-outside game, and Hearns is not being intimidated by Riley right now.
Notre Dame keeps making runs. Purdue continues to have an answer. Ivy, tough pass to Seaman. Notre Dame got a break. As Haney got it back, and Haney scores. Boy, she's made some athletic plays down the lane. Haney with 13 points.
And that's a great way to see it, Mike. She's got to take advantage of her athleticism and go at Purdue like that.
52-50.
Hearns is doing a good job just setting on the block where she wants the ball, right on Riley.
Over Riley, basket, and a foul. 15 points for Shalisha Hearns. 3 fouls on Riley.
As you mentioned, Shalisha Hearns is just getting the ball where she wants it, and Riley not doing a very good job keeping her out of the middle, where you got to push somebody off the block there. She's just setting up every time. Riley's got to do a better job kicking her out of there.
Riley has a 2-inch height advantage, but Hearns obviously has some serious hops in there, and she can get up over the All-American.
I didn't really mean kick.
No, I know what you meant. Well, you never kicked anybody, but you moved a few people out of where you didn't want them.
I know you didn't see me play.
I did. I did. Riley, foul in the bucket. Riley answers at the other end with a big one, and she was fouled. I think Parks came by and got her on the arm.
Good job by Notre Dame going back inside to Ruth Riley. She's been quiet for a while.
Riley with a chance for her 22nd point. Gets it. And it's back to a 2-point ball game.
Riley already with a double-double. 22 points, 10 rebounds.
Here's the double team. Loose ball taken away, knocked away again, and Wright recovers. Both teams have been taking advantage of some lucky bounces. Douglas, tough runner. The foul's partially blocked inside by Hearns, and then Riley picks up her 4th foul. No, check it. They'll give the foul to Seaman instead of Riley. The way Riley hung her head, I thought for sure she felt she got her 4th.
But it's been the offensive boards. Again, Hearns and Wright keeping it active. Katie Douglas created everything with the drive down the lane.
Hearns and Wright have combined for 28 points, and they have been